From Northeastern Clinton Central School in Champlain, the Cougar Sports Network presents Champlain Valley Athletic Conference High School Girls Varsity Volleyball. Tonight, the Cougars of Northeastern Clinton play host to the Saranac Chiefs. For the Cougar Sports Network, I am Andrew Mattai, joined in the broadcast by Mr. Ryan Armstrong. We'll be back with the starting lineups. Scratch that. We'll be back with the beginning of tonight's matchup between the Saranac Chiefs and Northeastern Clinton Cougars in just a moment. You're watching the Cougar Sports Network in cooperation with Hometown Cable. Welcome back to Northeastern Clinton. Once again, they're playing the Saranac Chiefs. So, Ryan Armstrong, what do you think the Cougars need to do to bounce back from the slump they've been having, get their record back, and maybe beat this team?
Well, Cougars, they've been playing good. They just haven't been picking up the victories, and they need to come out and go hard right off.
Both teams getting some strategies here going, I guess. Waiting to see whose serve it's going to be first. Looks like it's going to be Northeastern. Going to be number 7, Vanessa Dinatelli, taking the serve in the back right. And it begins. Nice serve by Dinatelli. Sets it to number 5, Carpenter. Oh, just out, and that's going to be a point, NCCS. Going to be Dinatelli again with the serve. Not too bad of a serve last time. Not too shabby. Here we go. David sets it up to 7. Oh. And Chico can't quite finish. Here's Dinatelli with the serve. Third one. Gets it over. Nice serve. Sets it up to number 11, Gates. Gates over. Oh! It's going to be a point for Saranac. Didn't really look like anyone was paying attention there for Northeastern. What do you think the problem was in that play, Ryan? Well, a man of few words. Ryan Armstrong. Dinatelli sets it up. Over to 6, David. Up to Carpenter. Carpenter over. David again. Puts it over. Now it's going to be Dinatelli. Up to Desiree Loya, and she gets it over with the serve, and it's going to be 3-1 early here in Northeastern.
Cougars communicating good here early in the game, and they've been able to get a few quick points off good plays.
That's right. It's going to be Desiree Loya taking the serve here for Northeastern. Number 11, Gates. Gates puts it over. Oh, and Passano can't quite handle it, and it's going to result in a Saranac point and Saranac serve. Looks like it's going to be Kara Carpenter, number 5, with the serve. Waiting for the refs. Number 5, Passano coming out. Possible injury there. Coming in is going to be Yakey.
Come on, Kara, let's go!
And the serve.
Nice, Kara!
Pretty good serve there. And Moya can't get to it. That's going to be an ace. Brings it back to 3-3. Carpenter again. See if she can bring it back again. A little high in the serve. And that results in an out of bounds. It's going to be Northeastern point. 4-3 early here in the first game. Michelle Yakey taking the serve. Not a bad serve by Yakey. Over to Gates. Carpenter to number 11. Oh, that's a good serve right there. Alexis Rye set it up to Dinatelli, and she finished by getting it in for a point. going to be Yaki's serve again.
Let's go.
Pretty high velocity serve last time. Let's see if she can do it again. And she does. Mishandled by number 3, Roberts. Roberts gets it off to 6. David gets it over. Loya hits it up. Loya puts it over. Now it's going to be 7. Nice hit there by Lauren. And it's going to result in a Saranac point. Pretty good hit there. Ryan, do you think the Cougars even had a chance on that serve? Pretty well positioned hit.
Cougars did a good job using their 3 hits every time, and they're not overpowering the ball right off, but they're getting it over. And that time they just have a person out of position, and the other team took advantage.
As he was talking, the Saranac resulted in a point from the serve from number 11, Gates. Gates to Loya. Oh, and number 7, Dinatelli again, can't quite get it up, the setter. It's gonna be Gates again. To Yaki. Yaki hits it a little far. Back to Yaki. Puts it over. Now it's Saranac's turn. Chico over to number 6. David. David goes for the spike, but is blocked by Rye. Pretty good block there by Rye. Get our team the point and the serve. And now it's going to be number 8, Carissa Manette, the outside hitter senior, with the serve. Gets it up. Now it's going to be 8, Chico. Chico sets it up to number 6, Gates. Good hit there by Passano. Over 2, and that's going to, it was number 11, Gates, trying to keep it in, but none of her teammates were there. Chico was close, but they couldn't get it over. Now it's going to be number 8, Chris Manette again with a beautiful serve. This time they cover, it's going to be Chico over to number 11, Gates. Resulting in a point for Saranac, and we got 8-6 now as a score. Puts it over to number 11, Gates. Gates up to number 3, Roberts. Roberts can't quite put it over the net. Good try there, though, by Roberts. It's going back to Manette now for her 4th serve, I believe, in a row. Score 9-6 in favor of NCCS. Over to number 3, Roberts. Roberts over to Chico. Dinatelli sets it. And good play there by Saranac, seeing that it was out of bounds and not touching it, not taking the chance, and it results in a point for them, and now it's going to be number 6, David, with the serve. David. Over to NCCS. And that's going to be another poor play on Saranac's NCCS offense. David again. David to Yaki. To the middle, to number 7. Dinatelli. Dinatelli gets it over. Back to number 8, Chico. Chico under 1. Gates puts it over the net. Dinatelli back. Back on Saranac now. Now it's going to be Chico. Chico. Over to Roberts. Roberts gets it over, and it's going to be Gates getting it back on the turn. It was a pretty hard hit. I believe it was by Desiree Loya. And she just did a great job putting it where no Maroon players were. It's going to be David again. David with the serve to Loya. Loya gets it over to number 7, Dinatelli. Dinatelli puts it over the net. It's going to be number 3, Chico again. Gates again. 3rd one. Gates has denied the Cougars for a point, and they've got their own. Now it's going to be 10-9 in favor of the guests here. Ryan, do you think Saranac's doing a good job trying to keep the deficit close here in the first game?
They're definitely picking up a lot of momentum with all their points they've been getting lately, and perhaps at this time moment they've got a little bit more than the Cougars.
It's going to be our 12, Sarah Kelly, as it's 10-all here. Kelly over the net to number 11, Gates. Gates up. Gates back again. Oh, and Yaki can't quite get it. That's going to result in a point for Saranac. Good play once again.
Nice, Kay.
Over by Kay. That's going to be Desiree Loya with a nice hit, but Saranac somehow keeps it in bounds, and Carpenter puts it over. Now it's going to be 7. Dina Telly that gets it over. Alexis Rye touches it over, but it's out of bounds. Point Saranac. Beautiful play there by number 6, David, keeping it in bounds when all hope was lost. It's going to be number 5, Carpenter. To Gates, Sanders. Sanders with a beautiful job once again. I think that's her 5th time getting over the net tonight and resulting in a point, so she's surely racking up the points here for her team, and I'm sure they're grateful for it. Now it's going to be 8, Chico with the serve. Yankee. She doesn't Loya, but I guess she went under the net, and that's going to result in a Saranac point. Over 8, Chico puts it over. Dina Telly to Rye gets it over. Over to number 3, Roberts gets it over, but somehow Desiree saves it. Oh, Sanders looking for the rebound, but she can't quite get it. Now it's off the net, and it's going to be NCCS point, 11-4 in favor of Saranac Chiefs. Sophomore Alexis Rye with the serve. Back to number 5, Carpenter. Carpenter puts it over. Oh, a little miscommunication there on half of the NCCS Cougars, and that's going to lose 1 point. Substitute here. Sanders is coming out. Good point there by Maine. And now it's going to be number 7, Kelly. Gets it over. Puts it up. Number 8, Chico puts it up. It gets stuck on the basketball court, but the refs say not play on. It's going to be a thumbs up. Apparently, that's a reserve. Excuse me, it's Dina Telly with the serve, not Kelly. So Dina Telly for her 2nd serve. Over to 5, Carpenter. Carpenter over to Gates. Gates gets it over. Yankee sets it over to Dina Telly. Dina Telly gets it back to Yankee. Yankee gets it over. And it's going to be 5, Carpenter. But she can't quite put it over. So it's going to be Dina Telly here again. Beautiful serve there by Dina Telly. Right off the net, that's what you want with your serve. Nice and low, and David cannot get to it. So that's going to be an ace. Looking to tie here. There's Dina Telly. Gets it over. Not as good as a serve, but it'll do the trick. Gates gets it up to Carpenter. Carpenter misplays it, and that's going to tie up the game here at 15-15. Dina Telly gets it over. Good play there by Gates. Saw it was out of line. Left in. That's going to be an easy pickup here for Saranac. It's going to be number 3, Roberts with the serve. Gets it over. Sent back by Desiree Olia, but number 11, Gates, is there to stop the spike, and it's going to be a point, Saranac.
Good job there to sit him down as Gates slams it in Northeastern, and they can't return it.
Oh, nice one.
Kelly over to Dina Telly. Dina Telly gets it over. Now it's going to be number 5, Carpenter. Carpenter over to 11, Gates. Gates gets it over, but I guess this is going to be a call, but it's in favor of Saranac anyway, so their point, their ball. Got Chico with the serve. Excuse me, it was Roberts on the serve. Gets it over, Desiree Loya. Over to Kelly. Kelly gets it over the net. Number 5, Carpenter, apparently had a carry here, so it's going to be point in favor of NCCS. And it's going to be Loya with the serve once again. for these here is a 13 senior. Gets it over to Maine. Maine puts it up for Gates. Gates hits it over. Alexis, great job of getting it back over the net. Not wasting any time. Now it's Carpenter. Back to Maine. Maine with a beautiful spike, and Rye just can't do it twice in a row. That's going to be points Saranac.
Good job once again by Gates. Another pounding spike as she gives Northeastern no chance to return it. Northeastern returned the first one, and she made sure that wasn't happening twice in a row.
It's going to be Carpenter that gets it over to Loya. Loya to Kelly. Kelly gives it to Tina Talley. Tina Talley hits it over. It's going to be back to Carpenter. Carpenter up to number 3, Roberts. Roberts gets it over. Northeastern can't quite come back, and they don't need to because Saranac hit the net.
Come on, Saranac, set out.
It's going to be Yaki with the serve over to Carpenter. Carpenter up to number Chico. Chico gets it over, but it's Tina Telly again. Chico back to Maine. Maine hits it over, hits the net. Beautiful job there by number 6, David, to get it over. Hitting the net is just what you want to do. It doesn't happen very often, but when they can do it, they'll take it.
Banker saw the momentum shifting fast, and good decision here to take the time out, calm his Cougars down, and come back and get a few points and get this game close again.
So we'll be right back in a few seconds after the timeout's done. And we're back after Saranac's timeout. Hopefully they can get something going here, as it's going to be number 1 Sanders coming back into the game. It's going to be number 11 Chico. Sorry for the mispronunciation if her name is Chichu. It's going to be Manette with the serve. Over to Saranac. Saranac, let you set it out. Over number... It's going to be 12 that gets it over. And back to Sanders. Sanders does a nice job of getting up. It's Manette that puts it back over. What's the refs call? They're not really sure. But they're gonna... I don't even know what they're gonna call. Oh, they're gonna call that inbounds, and it's gonna be Cougar point, Cougar ball here. Pretty close call. I don't even think the refs saw it. Surely the fans aren't too happy with it here tonight. It's gonna be Manette again with the serve. 18-20 in favor of Saranac. Puts it over to Gates. Gates up to Maine. Maine puts it over. Over to Manette. To Kelly. To Alexis with the serve. Gates gets up to Maine. Maine tries to put it over, but Rye is there and blocks it. Beautiful job there by Rye, showing her up skills and getting to that ball. Manette again, over to Roberts. Roberts over. Sanders puts it up. Yaki can't quite get to in time, but makes a diving attempt. But it's not going to help her team out as they become another point behind Saranac. So now it's going to be number 6, David, with the serve. David gets it over. Over to Loya. Loya puts it up. Not quite where she wanted it to, but it gets over anyway. It's going to be Saranac point here, though. Timeout, NCCS. And we'll be back after the timeout. Thank you. And we're back for tonight's action. Saranac 22, Cougars 19 in the first game here. It's going to be Roberts. Roberts, a little too long on that serve, and it's going to be NCCS ball here as we have Kelly with the serve. Kelly puts it over. Kelly to Gates. Gates, nobody around her. Pretty misfortunate mistake there by Saranac, but a mistake nonetheless. And now they're only up by 1 here in the first game. Kelly gets it over. Chiku sets it up. 4 hits, though, so that's going to be a violation. There's also going to tie game here, 22-all. Now Saranac's going to call another TO, and we'll be back in another minute.
And we're back. Just like I said, that timeout by Mr. Baker was really crucial as they redeemed themselves, got a few points back, and are now tied in this game, 22-22. It's a close game.
It's going to be Kelly continuing with her set of serves. Over to Chico. Chico puts it over. Number 3, Harry. Harry sets it up for Chico, but Chico can't quite capture the ball. So it's going to result in Cougars taking the lead for the first time since they were up by 3. Kelly with the serve. Kelly to Gates. Gates over to Sanders. Sanders puts it over. Rye gets it over, but it's out. Saranac, just great communication. I mean, the screaming could get a little frustrating, but hey, if it works, keep it going. So it's going to be 23-all here. 2 points, and the winner will be decided. That's going to be Saranac point. Great save there, and I believe that's going to be called an ace. So this is going to be game point for Saranac. Let's see if they can close here in the first game. Chico with the serve. Beautiful serve, but this time Yankee's there to get it. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter sets it for number 3. Harry gets it over. Oh, beautiful set of rallies there by Northeastern. First it was Kelly over to Dina Telly that set it up for Loya, and she did a beautiful job of spiking it over the net. Now it's going to be 24-all, and I'll hand it over to my man, Ron Armstrong.
Beautiful play there by Cougar, starting with the dig from Michelle Yankee, and then the sit down by Desiree Loya. And the Cougars, good job there, but are now back in the hole as they're down 25-24 now.
So that's going to be a Saranac point on the mistake from Rye, but it is win by 2 here in the volleyball court. So it's going to be Sanders a little short on the serve, makes the same mistake that Rye does, so I'm sure that brings a little pressure off Rye's back right now. Sanders coming out, and it's going to be Troy coming in. It's going to be Dinatelli with the serve. Good serve there by Dinatelli. Dinatelli gets it over. It's going to be Carpenter now that sets it up for Gates. Gates with a nice hit, and it's going to be 25-26 in favor of Saranac. And with that Cougar point, 27-25 means they have indeed won by 2. Great come behind victory in the first game, and they're quite happy about it. So, Ryan, tell me, how do you think Northeastern came back in that game? Was it the timeouts, or did the team just bring themselves together here?
Well, they kept their heads in it the whole game. They just played smart volleyball, nothing too overpowering, and they just beat their opponent there as a close game for both sides, and just this one went in Cougar favor. It'll be interesting to see how these other games turn out. And we'll be back for the second game. Northeastern leading 1-0.
So we're back here for another game of action, volleyball action. Girls varsity, NCCS taking on Saranac Chiefs. First game was won in a close one here by Northeastern. They were down at one by about 5. Then they came back with a few timeouts from Banker and looking to capture this game also. Ryan, what do you think they need to do to this time get the lead and keep it instead of having to trail the whole game?
That's exactly right.
Well, that didn't make any sense, but I think what he meant was they need to get some early points here so they can try to get a deficit on Saranac, maybe slow up the momentum a little bit, because they're really going to be pushing for this game win, so they're not going to have to worry about the third game. Sure, they've discussed it, their coach Banker, and it's going to be Saranac serve. Number 7, Troy, with the serve.
Take your time.
Troy Over to Langer. Langer gets up to Dinatelli. Dinatelli over to Loya. Loya puts it over the net. It's going to be Troy. Gets it back over. And it's going to be Gates with the hit that blows by Rye. And that's going to be the first point of the second game for Saranac.
Saranac now maybe a little riled up. They're going to come out hard here in the second game. Try tying this up real quick as they've had some beautiful spikes early in the first game and are going to let them fly the second game.
That's right, and it's going to be Langer. Ooh, Langer with the soft fingers, resulting in an out of bounds. Saranac leads by 2. It's going to be Troy again with the serve. Rye gets up to Dinatelli. Dinatelli over to number 5, Passno, who left earlier in the game with an injury, but she's back now. Can't quite get her over. Troy, third serve here, fourth serve. Over to Loya. Loya. Dinatelli can't quite reach it. So number 11, Gates, is going to smash it down, and Loya cannot get back to it in time. Pretty steady run here by Saranac.
Right now, Gates, a beast for Saranac. Anything around the net, she smokes in the face of the opponent.
That's correct, and it's going to be... Oh, number 7, Troy hits it over the net, but Alexis Rye is there to make the save, so they get it over. Passano once again, back over. It's going to be Troy again, but it was a throw-up between Troy and Carpenter, and they just didn't have the communication. Cougars get their first point.
First point for the Cougars, but a big point there. Alexis Rye with the big dive, and that's a game-boosting point.
Nice wordage there, and that's going to result in an ace by Dinatelli. Cut the Saranac lead in half here. It's going to be Dinatelli again. Gets it over the net. And Carpenter can't quite get it over. 3-4 in favor of Northeastern. And that's going to be a Saranac point. Ball is just out. Good eyes on the referee. It's going to be number 3, Harry, with the serve to Rye. To Dinatelli. Over to Passno. Passno puts it up. It's going to be Harry again. Harry with the deep shot. But it was a well-positioned shot. No Cougars around, and that's going to be another point. 6-3 Saranac. Ryan, I bet if the Cougars had you out there tonight, they'd be winning this game by I don't know, how many, 10 points, 11 points? But instead they make plays like that and it's going over the net. It's going to be 7-3 Saranac.
Cougars finally get a spike to go their way. They've been hitting them hard lately, but they just haven't been going right for them. They've been bounced off the top of the net right into the hands of the Saranac, and Saranac's just been sending them right back. Cougars get lucky on that one, and they bring the game to 4-7 now.
It's going to be Loya with the serve. Loya gets it over. Nice serve by Loya, but Carpenter is there, and that's going to be a Saranac point. Says the ref. So we have Carpenter here with the serve. Over to Rye. Rye puts up Dinatelli. Dinatelli over to Smith, who just entered the game. Smith with a nice hit. But it's going to be Gates once again. She is resilient over there on the left side. It's going to be hard to stop her here tonight. 9-4 in favor of Saranac.
Gates sitting them down all game. She's just been draining anything in her territory, and the Cougars are going to have to take that into their consideration, keep it away from her side. Cougars now, good passing, finally get it back in the court. Saranac trying to save. Cougars will gain the point.
It's gonna be Kelly with the serve, hoping to get some points back for her team as they trail by 4. Over to Harry. Harry up to Troy. It's going to be David that puts it over, though. Rye with the serve. Excuse me, Spike. Over to Troy. Troy gets it over the net. Dina Talley to Rye. Rye puts it back over again. It's going to be Gates, and then over to Harry. Harry keeps it in play. Smith keeps it up. Then Langer's there to put it back over the net. Harry once again gets it over, and Kelly can't quite handle it. Looked out like there might have been a face shot. And it's going to be 10-5, Saranac Chiefs. Gates with the serve. But we'll see that when we come back, as it's going to be a timeout Northeastern. And we're back. If you're just joining us, it's going to be Saranac Chiefs by 5 here in the second game, and it's going to be Gates serving. Gates puts it over. Nice save there by Loya. First hit. And the final hit over to Sanders, but she pulls it long. So it's going to be Langer here with the serve. Cougars in hope of making up some points. Langer over. Good communication there. Chico sets it for Gates, but she can't quite handle it. 10-7 Saranac. Langer with the serve. Puts it up. Mistake there by Langer. Way to the right, out of bounds, and Saranac will pick up a point. So it'll be 6. David gets it over to Smith, who looks to be injured in her left hand. Rye gets it up. David again. Dinatelli. Gates looking for the set. She finds Carpenter and she'll finish. 12-7 Saranac.
Saranac playing good volleyball right now. They're not doing anything fancy at the moment, just getting it where Northeastern isn't, and they've been finding a lot of gaps lately. But Northeastern will grab this point, sending it to 7 to go.
Smith looking for the big serve, as he probably has the best serve on the team. But instead she'll just settle for the getting it over. Saranac, great job of blocking there, but instead they get it back anyway. Loya, great job there by Loya putting it over, and number 5, Carpenter can't quite handle it. So it's going to be 12-9. Cougars gaining back points little by little here, but they're going to need to step up the pace if they look to win this game. And that's just what they don't need. They got to take those little plays and at least get it in. Else they don't even have a hope of getting points, and now it's going to be Chiku with the serve. Now they're rallying. Gates puts it over. Loya with a great job coming in from deep to get it. Rye looking for the stop, can't quite get it. Over to Dinatelli. Rye with the serve, and it's going to be out of bounds. So it'll be NCCS point. Great spike there by Rye. And number 6, David can't quite handle it. 13-10, Saranac.
Let's go!
Rye serves it over. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter. Sanders gets it over. Dinatelli sets for Loya. Good hit by Loya. But David's there again. Gates with the last hit. Loya. Nice hit by Loya. Confused Saranac, and it's going to be NCCS down by 2. So Ryan, do you think the Cougars can continue this run of points?
Right now they are doing a good job getting back into this game. They picked up some good crucial points and look like they're turning this game around. They've hit a few balls long and they got to start using more of the court and not going so deep. But other than that, they've been playing pretty decent and they've been setting each other up well.
11.
Good point, Ryan.
They gypped us a point last game. Do I need to go over there? If they gypped us a point last game, we would have won. No, we would have won. We would have won.
So it's going to be number 7, Troy.
You're not paying attention.
Gets it over. Smith. Loya with the serve. Carpenter. Gates again. But can't quite keep it in play. Point to NCCS.
Gates once again pounds another one. Just this one unable to keep it in the court, but now it's Di Natale for the Cougars with the ace. And that makes it a very close game now.
Nice ace there by Di Natale. Doesn't usually happen twice in a row, but she's going to go for it. Oh, she went for it, but hit the net, and that's going to take away that ace as they're still down by 2 here in the second game. Smith, Di Natale, to Langer. Langer puts it up. Gates sends it over. Excuse me, David, I believe it was. Great diving attempt by Loya, but it doesn't help out her team at all. So it'll be Harry now. Harry gets it over to Loya. Loya up to Di Natale. Di Natale over to Smith. Smith hits it over. Not a soft hit, but it'll do. Carpenter gets it up to David. David puts it over. Back to Di Natale. Sets it up for Passano. Nice set and great hit by Passano, the sophomore. Keeps it basically right on the back line. Saranac didn't know what to do.
Cougars tightening things up here. Now it's 14-6, trailing 2, but they have their best server up now. Desiree Loya faults this one though. And Cougars now trail by 3.
And it's going to be Carpenter with his serve. Carpenter puts it up. Passano hits it back over. First hit, second hit by Gates. Gates! I don't even know how to describe it. Every single ball that is put up to her, it seems like she's been serving it or spiking it down in NCCS's face, and they haven't really been able to compete so far tonight.
Another big slam by Gates. Matat, if you know where that ball is going and you sit there waiting for it, can you still return it?
No, I think you gotta look up and try to block it. You gotta attack that spike. But you're the color commentary, so you tell me, what do you think?
Gates definitely hits the ball hard and does not leave the Cougars much opportunity to return it. Cougars are sending spikes left and right, that is, and they still can't get the velocity Gates does. She just towers over the net and slams it down.
I imagine it helps to be 7 feet tall. Passano, I think, is the tallest one on the Cougars, but she hasn't quite been able to put any over the net here tonight. So it's going to be Kelly with the nice serve to David. David puts it up to Chico. Chico gets it over. Bad communication there by Northeastern, but somehow Rye gets it over nonetheless. Rye sets it up to Smith. Smith gets it over to the back right. And it's going to be back to 3. Harry puts it over. Langer with the finish. 8 throws it way up in the air for Troy. Troy will get it over, luckily, and Smith will be there to hit it back. Gates again, and that's what they got to do is block. See, as they kept that in play that time. Great job attacking that spike, and here we go again. Instead, she sets back, and great job there. Almost kept it alive, but it's going to be 20-15 Saranac here in the second game of tonight's action. Ryan did a great job attacking that serve, just like Ryan mentioned earlier. And how do you think that she's going to react to them blocking? Do you think she's going to use some chip shots now, or try to loft it over her head?
No, I don't think she can change her game. She's just got to keep towering over the net and keep slamming them. Even if they do block the Cougars, some are going to redirect out of bounds, and they're still going to get the point off of the Cougars' body. But that's probably the best rally we've seen tonight, and good job there by Saranac to keep with it and get the point as they gain another one right here.
It's going to be Gates again with the serve. Kelly. Gooden can't quite get it over. Gooden, excuse me. But put it over the net. And it's going to be Gates again, 22-15. Saranac. Kelly, nice hit. Sanders is there to put it over. Kelly trying to get it, but that's going to be a point in favor of Saranac. Cougars trailed by 8. Smith, way back to the right, look to be on the line. They're going to give it to him, and it's going to be 23-16 now. And Ryan, what do you think? You're a little farther over there than I am. What do you think of that controversial point? Surely the fans don't agree with the ref.
Sorry, Andy, it was hard to hear with all these fans. What was the question again?
How do you think the refs did on calling that last shot on the line? Do you agree with it, or?
No comment.
Well, guess he wants to keep the refs on his good side here tonight. It's going to be 16-23 nonetheless. Gates cannot quite handle those long ones. She's good up front, but maybe a little weaker in the back. And it's going to be a timeout. Saranac. And we'll be back in just a few moments with the closing half of tonight's second game. And we're back. Cougars trail by 6, and they're going to need to do something spectacular to get back into this game. They did it in the first game, but they weren't down by this much, I don't believe. And here's Ryan Armstrong.
Right now, it looks like Saranac is not going home in 3 games. They are making sure they get the 4th game at least. As they're playing extremely well right now, and it looks like they are going to easily win this one.
Yes, it does look like that way, as David will have a serve. But Cougars are going to take a timeout nonetheless in hopes to maybe get a miracle. And we're back. David with the serve. David gets it over, and it looks like the bus will have to be shut off for a few more games as Saranac's looking to get their money's worth here tonight. We'll take a break, and we'll be back for the 3rd game in a few minutes. And it's going to be Rye getting it over for the point. It'll be a tie game here early.
Sign off, guys. Let's go.
Well, yeah, over. Saranac, David gets it over the net. Beautiful hit there by David, and that's going to result in a point for Saranac.
Kick it up, girl.
Gatorade right between your legs.
David with the serve, but excuse me, Carpenter.
Come on, guys, set it out.
But she can't quite hit her over, and it's going to be Yakey now.
Come on, Saranac, get this back.
Yakey. Over to Harry. Harry up to Gates. Gates gets it over. Over to Dinatelli, and Dinatelli finishes it. Great diving save by Gates, and nice hit over. It's going to be Dinatelli now on the left side. Rye with the spike, and that's going to be a point. And the crowd goes wild here in NCCS.
Big power booster there for Northeastern as a beautiful play to return the ball, and then they gain the point, and that puts them right back in the game. Ahead by 1 now.
Nice hit there by Saranac, and it's going to be a point now. We have a tie ball game. So let's see. Sanders is subbing him. It's going to be Gates with the serve. Serves it up. To Loya. Nice hit by Loya off the light. Don't know what the ref called, but I know it is not good for Saranac. It's going to be an NCCS point. Dinatelli. Go to Gates. Gates. To Chico. Gets it over. Beautiful save there by Loya and Yakey combined. It's going to be over to Sanders. Sanders, nobody around where she hit that ball. Great positioning. Ryan, so any early predictions on who's going to come out victorious in this third game?
I don't know. The first 2 games are pretty close. This game is really close. Saranac maybe looks a little bit stronger if they can find Gates up front. She's very powerful, but the Cougars, I think, overall as a team are a little better.
Yes. So it's going to be Rye now. Gets it over to Sanders. Over to Chico. Chico gets it up. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter up. Over to Mimi. Mimi. Blocked by Rye. But Kelly cannot quite capitalize on that mistake by Saranac, and she hits it out of bounds, making her own mistake, and now it's going to be Saranac serving number 6, David. David hits the net, 5-6 in favor of Saranac. Served by Kelly. Gates gets a hold of it. Chico over to Mimi. Mimi gets it in the top left corner. Yakey is there, but she cannot quite get it. Good point. So, Ryan, we've saw 2 games so far and about a half of one here. Who do you think the outstanding players are on both sides tonight?
Gates definitely stands out big, and for the Cougars so far, I wouldn't say any single person. They're working great together as a team, and they're doing a good job against the Saranac's Gates now.
Well said, as Rye takes a serve. Gates is there to get it. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter puts it over. Loya makes a jumping attempt, but can't quite get her fingers on it. Yakey not happy. So it's going to be a substitution as Mimi comes out. So it'll be Troy now. So Dinatelli gets it over. Gates, perfect, and she resists the spike, and she gets it over. Good play there. Yakey puts it back. Good hit by Yakey. And now it's going to be 8-7. Cougars down by 1. So now it's going to be number 3, Brittany Harry. With the serve. Little mistake there, NCCS's part, and they're going to hit it out. So it'll be Saranac. With the serve. Looked like it was on the line to me. Let's see what the ref says. The ref's gonna say no. So the Saranac serve gets denied. So it'll be Loya putting it over. Loya over to Chico. Chico gets it back and puts it over hard. Gatatelli up to Rye. Rye gets it over. Over to Gates. Gates over to David. Carrie Carpenter up to Gates. And just nobody in the front was there. We had number 8, Carissa Manette, the outside hitter, but she just didn't get up to get it. And now it's going to be 8-11 in favor of Saranac.
Well, the Cougars' original lineup from game 1 is now in. This is the lineup they won the first game with. Maybe that changed a little things. Maybe they got a few better players out, and we'll see if they can win another one here in game 3.
Player I'm most surprised to see sitting on the bench is number 2, Dennis Smith. This game, in the past few games I've seen her playing, she's really been outstanding. It might be that injured left hand, but it's going to be serve here for Saranac. Carpenter gets it over. Manette puts it back. It'll be Gates. Gates, one of the few mistakes she's made this entire set of games, but it's going to result in the Cougars being down by 3. Dangerous Michelle Yakey now with the serve. Way long, and it's going to go back to Saranac. Mimi's coming back in. Out goes Troy. Again, server puts it way long. Cougars back to being down by 3 here. 13-10. Manette. Over to Gates. Gates gives it to Chico. Chico over to David. Now it's going to be Kelly. Kelly hits the line. And that's a nice kill. Manette gets it over. A little miscommunication there between David and Chico. 13-12, Cougars only down by 1. Manette. Gates with the final hit. Yakey. And it's gonna be Mimi. That puts it back over. David. Gets it up, Yakey. Nice hit there. Over to Kelly. Kelly mistimes that hit as it goes way out to the right. Good point there, as now Jenna Smith will be coming in for the Cougars here, it looks.
Come on, Rochelle, you got it. Serve it up.
Excuse me, Jenna Burley. I don't know why I've been saying Jenna Smith, but I apologize. It's Jenna Burley, number 2. Pretty good serve there by David. Not too much the Cougars can do about that one. So it's going to be 12-17. Loya puts it over. Katrina Mimi. Loya gets it over. Mimi again. Over to Manette. Manette up to Dinatelli. Back to Manette. Gets it over. David. Puts it up to Harry. Harry gets it over. Rye puts it up. Mimi over to Harry. Brittany gets it over. Nice block there by Harry. Having a wonderful game so far. It's going to be Nancy David now.
No, we don't sub.
Another sub for the Cougars. Dinatelli coming out. Loya. Burley, not Smith. Burley again over. Chico puts it up. Chico over to Mimi. Mimi cannot get it over. 18-13, Saranac. Burley gets it up. Saranac juggles it around. Over to Yakey. Burley is there to get it on the miss hit by Yakey, and they get it over. So it'll be Chico now that puts it up, and Mimi looking for the spike. A little low on that. What do you think she needs to do to put that in dangerous territory where she can actually get a point for her team?
Keep it down.
Well, I guess we're all more educated now because of that statement. So it's going to be Burley again with the ace, and she'll have another one. What do you think Burley's doing right with those aces? It looks like every time her serves are nice.
She's hitting good spots.
Well, there it is. And Yakey cannot quite handle it. Manette made a run for it. They didn't get her money's worth, though.
Come on, Kayla, you got it.
Excuse me, Gooden. It's going to be Chico. Puts it up. Nice serve there, and straight from the bench. Dichi cannot quite handle that serve, but you can't really blame her. I don't think many people out there can handle that serve. And Cougars are going to be down by 5. Chico again. Back to Catherine. This time she gets it over. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter gets it over. Mimi. Burley hits it up. Little misplay there. Mimi's going to try to hit it over, and she does. Manette. Over to Gooden. Loya gets it up. Back to Burley after a nice return by Saranac. Loya, a little bit too impatient there. Should have waited a little longer, and now the Cougars are going to be down by 6, and it's going to be tough for them to win this game. Look for a timeout pretty soon. Dishi again, that's 3 in a row, getting hammered to her, and she's doing a great job of keeping them in play here. Brittany and Harry cannot quite keep that play in. So finally, the Cougars will get a chance at controlling their own destiny here with the serves. David puts it up to Carpenter. Touched around by NCCS for 2 hits, but they can't capitalize. Down by 5. 6. It's going to be Rachel Everlith coming in for Desiree Loya. So now starters Loya and Hickey are out. And Mimi came out for Saranac. So it'll be Troy. Burley gets it up. Nice touch by Gates. Another point, racking them up here as they lead by 7 now. Timeout. NCCS. We'll be back. And we will resume. It's going to be Lisa Troy with the serve. Over to Rye. Bad job there. They should have got it over on that hit, but instead gives it back, and Alexis cannot get her over the net. So Ryan, is this pretty much the end for the Cougars here in this third game, or what do you think?
Third game, definitely. They need to keep their composure, come out in the fourth game, force a fifth game. They're brand new games from the start, and it's anybody's ball game. They did not come out to win the third game. Saranac had the momentum. They won it. Cougars need to redeem themselves, come hard on the fourth game.
Nice enlightenment there by Armstrong. As they volley it back and forth between the two teams. Here it's going to be number 7, Troy. Beautiful hit. Right between Burley and Alexis. That'll end the third game of tonight's action, and we'll be back with the fourth game momentarily. We're back. It's tonight's action, fourth game here. Cougars came from behind in the first game and lost. Excuse me, they won. Lost in the second game, lost again in the third game. They lose this game, it's do or die, and they're done. So they got to try a lot harder than the first two, and they have high hopes in this game.
Cougars, it's not an option. They must win if they want another chance at the Saranac, but right there, it's not a good start. Saranac picks up the first point of this game. Lisa Troy with the serve, a good serve. Can't keep it in play though. Cougars will gain 1. Vanessa Dinatelli for the Cougars. Dinatelli sends a good serve over. Michelle Chichu can't handle it. It's going to be sent backwards, and Cougars will now jump ahead to a 2-0 lead. Dinatelli again. With a unique serving style, gets it over though in the mid-back row. Good set to Gates. Gates sends another one over the net. She's just been an animal this game, gathering points all over for her team.
That's right, Gates has really impressed me in the past 4 games. She's been everywhere. Up top, down low. She gets it over, I'm going to say 99% of the time. And they're good hits too.
Brittany Harry now for Saranac. Sent to Burley. Cougars, not good passing there, and they'll lose another point out of it. It'll be Harry again for Saranac. Mid to Burley. Burley gets it. They find Langer. Saranac now with it. Sends it back to Cougar end. Rye in the back row. Carry on Dinatelli. Saranac gains the point and the 4-2 lead. Andy, what are the Cougars doing right and wrong right now?
Well, I haven't seen a lot they've been doing wrong, but they have to be doing something wrong as they're down by 2 here. I think it's just been Saranac playing overly better than they are, and they can't really compete with that. They can try and hope to outwit Saranac Chiefs, but so far it's not looking too good for the Cougars.
Wow, what a point right there for Saranac. It was deep way in the back, out of bounds, and they returned it, and the Cougars were stunned, and they couldn't even return it. And now it's 5-2, Saranac favor. Dinatelli now can't keep it in play, and the Cougars just falling apart right now.
Yeah, that's right, Ryan. And it's going to be hard for them. They're down by 4 here. They don't want to get the deficit above 5. It's going to be tremendously hard to get back, and they're just going to be going home early here tonight, and they don't want that.
Right now, the Cougars being down a game, they need to be the ones with the lead. And right now, they're trailing, and everything's just not going their way right now.
I think they got to take this game a little more seriously. You see them losing the points, and it doesn't really seem to affect everyone. I know the cheering stuff's a part of the game, but they got to buckle down here and get a little serious. If they want to cheer, they should probably go and join the cheerleaders. But a good serve there by Alexis.
One thing I noticed throughout all these games, Cougars not been good at gaining a lot of points in a row and gaining some momentum and stuff. They've just been matching Saranac pretty much the whole game.
As we have a nice hit here by Rye. Over to Gates. Gates, pretty unstoppable here. If she doesn't want to hit her hard, she doesn't have to. She has great positioning, and that's how good she is.
Gates such a threat. Everyone for Northeastern has to back up, and she just pops one over the front line, grabs a point, and the 7-4 lead for her team. As she's really been a key factor in tonight's win if they do end up winning. The Cougars just not able to put a stop on her, but now it's barely for the Cougars, but return Saranac, and they find Gates again, and she grabs another point. Wide open the left side, she slams it down, and she's just been unstoppable. I mean, she's having a good time. She's making the fans have a good time watching her, and she really had a big outcome in tonight's matchup.
Jenna Burley looking to be the only one, if there's not any others on the team that are showing some pride in this game that actually want it. If the others want it, they're not really doing too good of a job of showing it, and they're down by 5 now. Saranac serve. Carpenter puts it over.
Northeastern returns it. Saranac sends it right back, though. Saranac, 3 touches to the hands of Desiree Loya, but her team can't get the ball up in the air at the front of the net. Banker can be forced to call a timeout before the lead gets where it cannot be cut back up.
And we'll be back momentarily. And we're back. Looks like it's going to be number 5, Kara Carpenter, with the serve. Way long. Rye resists. Cougars down by 5.
I think at this point in time, Saranac just needs to put it over the net. Don't worry about their speed and velocity and accuracy. Just put it over the net. Give their team a chance. Don't lose out on some of these balls by hitting it deep. Cougars are down. They're the one that got to take chances now. Saranac to Cougar end. Cougars looking to send it right back. Linger. It's top of the net. Saranac, good save. Sends it right back over. It's Cougars now. The set. Burley now, another block, but this one goes in the favor of the Cougars, and they now cut the lead to 5-10. 6-10.
After that timeout, Cougars quickly got 3 points in a row. Do you think that has anything to do with Banker's words, or do you think that they're just getting lucky here?
Well, as shown in previous games too, they've come off timeouts good. They've gotten a few quick points, and they've calmed down a little bit. And right there, another good point as Burley slams one down.
Cougars really doing a great job of getting back in this game. They were down by 6 at one point. Now they cut that in half, only being down by 3. It's going to be 10-7 Saranac here in the 4th game. Cougars need to keep with this momentum though if they're looking to win this game. They can't just get 4 points in a row and then stop, maybe sit for 3 more, because that's going to kill them.
Cougars now, good ball control there. They can get it over, but Gates in the middle now slams one. Cougars unable to return it. Cougars with not too much height, no real powerhouses. They've used each other well. They've got good spike opportunities. They just not been able to get good power behind it like Gates. And now the lead is 7-11, Saranac favor. At That's happened a few times to the Cougars. They've hit it right on the net, and it's come right down, and the teammates have not been aware of it, and it's been landed right on their side. And they've got unfortunate a few times here. And Saranac sends one over. Now up 12-7. The good set to Mimi. Mimi over the head of Dean Telly, but in the back row, Sarah Katie finds it, but can't get it over the net. Saranac will pick up another point.
Seems like in a blink of an eye, the Cougars fell behind now by 6 points. They're down by 3, and how is this happening? Do you think they can't keep with the momentum, or do you think that maybe Saranac sees that and gets that much better?
Like I said before, the Cougars doing one thing wrong tonight: consistency. They can't keep their points going. They'll get 2, 3, and then they'll send it right back to Saranac, and they'll only match them, and they don't gain many. Cougars now. Good play by Saranac to return it to Dina Telly, who will set Burley in the outside. Burley will send one, but this one will be deep. Saranac with another point. Cougars got to do something quick. They don't let the step sit beyond where they can't come back from. They set to Mimi. We'll wait for the official's call. It's going to be point.
Cougars is going to have the point, and it's going to be their serve. It's going to be Langer putting it over. Over to Carpenter. Carpenter gets it up. Lisa Troy looking to hit that over, but can't quite do it. It's going to be Langer again.
Let's go right here.
9-15. Cougars down by 6. Up, setted. Mimi hits it way over. They're going to be down by 5. Ryan, what do you think the point's going to be where the Cougars just fall behind by enough where they can't come back? Or do you think that there will be a point?
Not now. The Cougars know they got to win this game. If the Cougars do win this game, Andy, who do you give favor to in the last game?
I'm going to say Saranac. They've definitely been a lot more consistent throughout the games. I mean, I think the Cougars' luck is just going to run out pretty soon. They're coming back on these runs, but they don't seem to last more than 5 points at the most, but Saranac's been playing great the whole game.
Sent deep to Cougar ends here. Sarah Kelly finds Zena Telly, who sends it over, but now it's Mimi for Saranac. Zena Telly forced just to send it right back over. Ball being volleyed. A bad set. Gates gets it though. Burley. Alexis can't reach it. 17-10. Cougars trailing. Lisa Sanders. Deep, and it'll go out. Cougar point.
Jenna Burley looking to get her team up here with the serve. 17-11 Saranac Chiefs over Northeastern. Mimi calls it. Back up to Mimi, but it goes over her head, and it's going to be Harry. David gets it up. Harry again puts it over. This time it's Langer. And Loya looks to answer back. Nice block there by Mimi. And that's going to make it 18-11 Saranac.
Banker will sub one. Perhaps trying to get a few more players into the game now, as it's not looking good for the Cougars. Good attempt by the Cougars, but unsuccessful. And now it's crunch time for the Cougars. They are getting into the territory where they cannot afford to lose any more points. They've got to get a rally, and it's got to be soon. And they get one here, though. It seemed like after the first game, it looked good for the Cougars. What went wrong?
I don't know. I'm going to have to disagree with you there. I don't think it was looking too good for the Cougars the first game. They got pretty lucky. Saranac didn't play the best at the end of that first game, and it's really showing who the better team here is in the past 3 games. I really do think Saranac's going to come out with the easy victory here in this last and final game.
Cougars very sloppy now, not playing like themselves, and it's a shame that they're going to go down looking like this, as they've not looked the greatest here tonight and are looking very sloppy lately. Cougars unsuccessful to get it over again, and now a big lead for Saranac, 21-12. They are pumped. They're ready to go home. They're going to go home with a victory here tonight.
It'll be Troy. Don't understand what the Cougars were thinking on that. Must have been some miscommunication as neither of them opened their mouth, but that's just the way the ball falls sometimes. Now it's going to be Cougars down by 10. Doesn't look too good for them here tonight. 7 and number 4, Gooden for Dinatelli. It'll be Lisa Troy with the serve. Big serve here for Lisa Troy. Nice counter by Burley. Loya gets it over. Troy. 5, Carpenter gets it over. Langer over to Gooden. Gooden loaded. Loya hits it over for Troy. Troy gives it up. Gates. Nice save by Langer, and Gates with the block. I believe it'd be too many hits on NCCS's part, and that's going to result in a Saranac point. Beautiful serve there by Saranac. Lisa Sanders racking up the aces.
1 point to go for Saranac. They're just playing some hardcore volleyball right now, having a good time at it, and they are what looks to be 1 point away from winning this one, and they don't get it here though. Cougars, are they too far behind now, Mattel?
Oh yeah, unless when I walked in the hall, I didn't see any sponsors for the Make-A-Wish program, but if they're here, then maybe the Cougars have a chance. Other than that, I think their luck is run out and they're going to be done.
Oh my gosh, she does that.
It's going to be tip between Passano and Gates. They're giving the point to Saranac, and that's game over. Here from downtown Champlain. Final score, Saranac 25, NCCS 13. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcast of Champlain Valley Athletic Conference High School Basketball, and we thank you for joining us. Volleyball. We hope you will look forward to future sports programming from the Cougar Sports Network right here on Hometown Cable. For Ryan Armstrong and Ian Lapierre, this is Andy Matai reminding you that the final score of tonight's contest was 25-13 in favor of Saranac. This has been an all-student production of the Cougar Sports Network in cooperation with Hometown Cable.